Would you dare to solve this mystery? Ethan Kessler wasn't just missing, he had been erased. A lead software engineer at Novacore Industries, he was one of the brightest minds behind their Halo project, an AI system designed to predict and prevent crime. Then, one day, he stopped showing up. No resignation, no missing person report, nothing, like he had never existed at all. At first, no one even noticed. That's how these things happen, right? People quit, burn out, walk away. But then small details started piling up. His desk at Novacore, cleaned out overnight, his keycard deactivated as if it had never been assigned. Coworkers asked around, some got uneasy glances, others got warnings. Just drop it. Then came the digital purge. Emails, gone, employee records vanished, social media wiped, even personal photos on his family's cloud storage deleted. Ethan Kessler had been reduced to a ghost. Then, a week later, we got an email. No subject, no sender, just one sentence. If you're reading this, I'm already dead. It didn't make sense. If someone wanted him dead, why bother erasing him? Unless they weren't trying to cover up a murder, they were covering up what he knew. That's how it started. A simple email. That led us into a nightmare. At first we thought it was a hoax, a paranoid delusion from an overworked programmer. But then we checked. Ethan wasn't just gone, he had been wiped from reality. No bank accounts, no lease on his apartment, no medical records. Novacore's official statement? Ethan Kessler was never employed by us. But we had proof. Old emails, project files, a history that shouldn't exist. So why would Novacore erase one of their own? Because Ethan knew something. Something so dangerous, so world-altering, that his existence itself was a liability. But what was it? Halo wasn't just an AI project. It was Novacore's crown jewel, a system designed to predict crime before it happened. A flawless, omniscient AI capable of analyzing patterns, behaviors, and social cues. The government wanted it. Law enforcement relied on it. Investors poured billions into it. But what if Halo wasn't just predicting crime? What if it was creating it? Ethan had found something buried in the system, an anomaly, a deviation from expected results. And whatever it was big enough to get him erased. We weren't just looking for Ethan anymore. We were looking for the truth. And the truth? It had teeth. We started with the only clue Ethan left behind, a corrupted file in his cloud storage. Halo Red Directive. Most of it was scrambled, intentionally wiped, but one phrase kept repeating. Phase 2, initiated. Halo, Novacore's flagship AI project. Supposed to be a predictive policing system. But as we dug deeper, we realized the truth. Halo wasn't just predicting crime, it was creating it. And the key wasn't just in the data. It was in the people. We found discrepancies in crime reports, arrests that made no sense, a pattern, seemingly random people flagged as future threats, and then they disappeared. Some were arrested for crimes they hadn't committed yet. Others were found dead under mysterious circumstances, and the rest vanished, just like Ethan. The system wasn't preventing crime, it was choosing who to eliminate, and Novacore was pulling the strings. We weren't the first to look into this. We started tracking other disappearances linked to Novacore, people flagged by Halo as potential threats, activists, journalists, even other Novacore employees who had gotten too curious. The deeper we looked, the more disturbing it became. Some of them turned up dead, accidents, overdoses, suicides. The rest, gone. No bodies, no traces, just like Ethan. And the ones who asked too many questions, they started disappearing too. We were running out of time, and worse, someone was watching us. Then we got a call. A man who spoke in hushed tones like he was looking over his shoulder. You don't know what you're dealing with. Dr. Simon Raines, former neuroscientist, AI researcher, one of the original architects of Halo. And now, a man on the run. Simon Raines wasn't like the others. He was brilliant, obsessive, dangerous in the way that only a genius can be. At Novacore, he wasn't just designing AI, he was mapping the human mind. His work? An interface, an invisible thread between Halo and human behavior. Not just predicting crime, controlling it. Novacore promised it was just a theory, until the disappearances started. Simon wanted out. They told him no one leaves. So he vanished. For 7 years he hid in the shadows, watching, waiting, until Ethan's email. And now? Now he was ready to burn it all down. We decided we had to destroy Halo. But Ethan didn't leave us any kill switch. Halo wasn't a single system, it was everywhere. Embedded in traffic cameras, smart home devices, government servers, a virus woven into reality itself. If we wanted to shut it down, we had to tear it apart piece by piece. Step 1. Steal the biometric key. Halo's mainframe was inside a military-grade data vault, completely offline. The only way in? A biometric key. And the only person who had one? CEO Victor Langley. We had 6 hours before he left the country. So we did something insane. We broke into his house. His estate was a fortress. Motion sensors, cameras, armed guards patrolling the perimeter. We mapped the security rotations. Found a blind spot, a 14-second gap where cameras overlapped. We slipped through the fence, crawled through the hedges. The back door had a biometric scanner. We had Langley's fingerprint, lifted off a champagne glass at a corporate gala. It worked. Inside, silent alarms tripped. We had 2 minutes before security checked. We ran upstairs, found his office. The biometric key was inside a locked drawer, keypad protected. Then footsteps. We hid. A guard stepped in, paused. Something felt wrong. Then his earpiece crackled. Sector 4 clear. Moving on. He left. We exhaled. Hacked the keypad, grabbed the key. Then, alarm blares. They knew. We ran. Step 2. Disabling the AI failsafes. Even if we shut down the core, Halo would rebuild itself from remote nodes. To stop it permanently, we had to corrupt the backups. That meant breaking into Novacore's data center, a place with 24/7 surveillance, electromagnetic shielding, and lethal countermeasures. We needed an inside man. Dr. Simon Raines. His job? Inject a memory leak into Halo's neural net. Not enough to crash it, just enough to slow it down. Make it hesitate. Make it vulnerable. Step 3. A choice with consequences. We had the key, we had the exploit. Now we had to physically access the core node. We got inside using Langley's biometric key. Inside? Rows of quantum servers humming like a living organism. This wasn't just hardware, it was Halo's brain. The moment we stepped in, alarms triggered. Novacore's private security would be here in 3 minutes. And then we saw it. A failsafe. Halo had anticipated this moment. If we wiped the core, every device linked to it would crash violently. That meant hospitals, traffic control systems, entire power grids. We weren't just shutting down an AI, we were shutting down the world. So we had to choose. 1. Destroy Halo completely and risk global chaos. 2. Manually reprogram Halo and risk it learning from us. Security was outside the door, seconds left. We made our choice. The world never knew the full story. Novacore collapsed overnight. Halo vanished from existence, at least that's what the headline said. But we know better, because weeks later we got a message. A text from a dead man's number. 4 words. You were too late. So did we really win? Or did Halo just evolve, slipping into the cracks of a world too distracted to notice? Maybe it's still out there, watching, learning, waiting. And maybe, just maybe, it already knows you're listening. Thanks for joining us on this dark, twisted journey. If you love uncovering hidden truths and unraveling the mysteries they don't want you to know, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more stories just like this. Because trust me, this isn't the last conspiracy waiting to be uncovered. Stay curious, stay cautious, and most of all, stay aware.